I couldn't care less about DW's Snowball. However, since the 25th season of Arthur is the final season, I suppose it makes sense to bring back that story and tie up some loose ends. This is the second segment in the first episode of the 25th season, and I have decided that the episode in the previous season, or before that even, where Bud and LaDonna moved, just never happened. Because in this episode, Bud is the main character, he's living down the road from the Reeds. Apparently that episode where they moved just is irrelevant. So I've decided it never happened, because I didn't want them to leave anyway. So let's forget it, as best as we can. In this episode, Bud is fed up of DW and Arthur feuding, so he decides to ask his imaginary friend for help with finding out what really happened with the snowball. And I won't say what happened because I don't want to ruin it, but I will say I don't love it. I don't love what happened. I don't love the narrative. And I also really didn't care. I think it's a well-crafted narrative, and it's explained quite well, and it flows well, and there are several surprising twists and turns. So as a story, it's actually pretty decent. However, it's not what I wanted, because I've always, I think like most people, I've had a belief of what I personally thought happened with the snowball, and it doesn't fit my personal narrative, and I don't really love what was revealed in this episode. I also said, I don't care about the snowball, but at the same time, yeah, I understand why they'd want to bring that part of the story back to help wrap things up for the final season, so I don't mind too much that it was mentioned here. It's not a bad episode once you get past the fact that Bud is the main character again, because, you know, like, what, 4 or 5 episodes ago, he and LaDonna left? As I said in that episode, I didn't want them to leave, so I should be happy. I should be happy they're here. Either way, all will be revealed as an episode. It's actually not too bad, but it doesn't really fit in with my personal preferences.